It looks like Dragon Age the Veilguard couldn't be a bigger disaster out there. I think this might even go worse than Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, Nvidia is giving away the game for free. This is indication, I think, early on that there's not enough of a customer base for this game, and so they're trying everything to pull out the stops at this juncture to get it going. And they know it's bad. Like, even internally, it seems like these people understand that they've created an ugly, terrible game. We're going to get into this news in just a moment, my friends. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Join us here. Really appreciate you for being here. And I am a content creator myself. My name's John Delarose, and this is my fantasy series. If you enjoy fantasy with a lot of action, adventure, like the old Dragon Age used to be, you will enjoy this. It's for Steam and Country. It's actually a 6-book series, The Adventures of Baron von Monocle, and it's on Amazon, ebook, print, and audio, and we'll be having more coming soon for you guys because this has been selling like hotcakes, so I appreciate you guys for being there. It's in the description below. Grab this and grab all the sequels, whether you like it, in ebook or you like it on audio. We've got it for you, my friends. Thank you so much. So this is interesting. Nvidia announced it was partnered with Bioware and EA to give Dragon Age the Veilguard away for free with a purchase of GeForce Now Ultimate Bundle. As evidence grows, the game is not selling well. On its blog, Nvidia shared Fight for Thetis future at the ultimate quality this fall, and new and existing members who purchase 6 months of GeForce Now Ultimate can get BioWare and Electronic Arts' epic RPG Dragon Age the Veilguard for free when it releases on October 31st. So we are now about 10 days ahead of this as they're recording this video, and we know that sales have not been going well. We know that pre-orders are low. We know that gamers are rejecting this. This is going to be another woke failure right out there. It's 2024. Everything that's woke is just dying on the vine. And so you got to pay for this $99.99 for 6 months, and along with Dragon Age the Veilguard includes a GeForce RTX 480 rig and access to RTX 480 servers with up to 4K resolution and 120 frames per second, no ads, and an 8-hour session length. So this is the bundle right here. And I mean, it's not going to... Dragon Age the Veilguard is just like, this is a desperate attempt to just get people playing the game, pretty obviously. It's not like they're discounting the Nvidia product. They're just tacking it onto here. This announcement comes in the wake of a number of metrics indicating the game's pre-order sales are not doing well and interest in the game as low, as we said. Stuttering Craig has revealed this, that the game has received only a total of 1,957 pre-orders between Xbox and PlayStation 5. So he said this is his retail insider, and that it's not doing well, and even physical copies are not better. Both the gold and standard editions in 800-plus stores have received under 2,000 pre-orders. Now, for something like Dragon Age, and for a property that used to have so much excitement around it, this is a really, really bad sign once again. And obviously there's a reason for it. I mean, they've told gamers they don't like them. They've told the people who love Dragon Age and the lore that they're just going to kind of do their own thing, make their own thing, and they're not really going to pay attention to the stories that came before, and they're going to ignore those characters. And of course, then they go full pronoun weirdo on this stuff. So pretty wild. For a difference, Zelda Echoes of Wisdom has had over 4,400 in the last 2 weeks, which also just came out. So that's a game that a lot of people are playing, and it looks like it's doing about a quarter of the sales of that. So pretty wild stuff right here. As you can see, the sales numbers are just absolutely atrocious, and this could be expected as you look at what's happening right now. The lead writer of former Dragon Age says the art style leaves me cold after bashing gamers for criticizing the character design. So this guy, David Gator, came out last week and just got absolutely savaged because he was attacking gamers. And this is what they always do. They lash out, they go crazy. But in this, they always have that little kernel of truth. Like, they can't lie that much about things. This is just how SJWs operate. I don't know why. It's like they try to make their political points and they try to make their weird points, and it's always so inconsistent that they eventually say something that like reveals like they know it's a bad game. They know what they're doing is just a travesty for gaming in general, and they can't help themselves. So he admitted that the style leaves me cold. And yes, this style is cold. It's just fake. It's lifeless. It's awful. It's just trying to present things that are ugly and bastardizations of everything in the name of weird diversity. You got your weird, like, purple-haired gay guy right here. You got your multi-ethnic, slay queen lady here. And then you got your, like, transgender pronoun thing, right? Yay. Everybody wants to deal with this. So he made fun of this gamers here, with this, like, the females aren't hot enough. Yet because they've clued into the notion this is obviously incel behavior, they've swapped out unattractive for masculine, and thus transgender, because that's a framing which makes them seem political instead of porn-brained. But we all know what they mean. Well, I mean, when you make a video game, it's pretty obvious. People want to look at pretty things. It is a visual medium, and that's just kind of how it works. And you could see that with Stellar Blade and with Black Myth Wukong, even with Space Marine 2. I mean, Space Marines aren't like there just to be like porn-brained there, but the visuals do look compelling. They look fun. They look interesting. They look like an alien world out there. And it does at least instill emotion. Dragon Age, this new version, does not do that, whatever. And you can see that he even admits it. So he says, a question I've received frequently as of late. Will you be playing the new Dragon Age? Asked with a degree of, I don't know, anticipation. Like this is something I do covertly to spite the current team, or out of interest in hearing my true and honest thoughts. My answer is, it's complicated. It is? I mean, gosh, you used to write these games, my friend David Gator. I mean, either you're in or you're out. You like the direction or you don't. It's not that hard. Now, of course, these people are in a position of industry clout, and that's exactly what they do all the time. He wants to make sure he doesn't burn any bridges for jobs in the future, of course. And so he has to say this, and it's complicated means absolutely he's not going to play it because it looks stupid, and everybody else agrees it looks stupid, which is really funny because it pretty much invalidates his other comment that he made the other day when he attacked gamers. He knows that what they're doing with Dragon Age the Veilguard is a destruction of the property. He knows that it does not actually hold a candle to the writing of before, and he can't say anything about it because he's sitting here like trapped. And this is exactly what the creative industry's been like for video games, comics, books, movies, all of it around. It's a culture of fear that they instill, where you're not allowed to say anything, where you're not allowed to actually say good is good and bad is bad, because if you do, you're just going to get savaged. Now, we've seen people acting a little bit differently in this over the last few weeks, with the Saber Interactive guys from Space Marine 2 actually like talking about gamers as if it's a good thing. The guy from Moon Studios actually cares about his own customers. And so people are starting to, of course, crack from this like industry-wide like monolith wall of just like hating their own customers, because they know where that ends at the end of the day. But people like David Gator are still trying to be within this clout system, and that's the whole problem with these industries. That clout system is causing all the political problems, causing all the bad sales, and you could see it in like just plain as day in this Blue Sky fake tweet right here to his like own little like social network of safe spaces, right? So here it is. I don't think I can play and enjoy the game like other fans play and enjoy the game. Not ever. Well, yeah, I mean, nobody else will either, my friend. It looks like a terrible game. And this, again, it just kind of goes mask off. On one hand, it'd be fun to play my first DA game post-release without seeing all the compromises and cuts and disappointments from years of development. On the other, it's my baby. It's moved on. Oh, please clap, and please feel bad for David Gator for all the clout that he's chased and all the clout that he's gotten for not being able to work for the company anymore, as he's just throwing a fit at gamers online. So they know. And so here we go. Do I like everything I see? Not really. Yeah, neither does anybody else. The art style leaves me a bit cold, but then the art style has changed with every DA, and as before, I'm sure I'll warm to it eventually. The gameplay has changed. The news on choices from previous games gives me pause. None of this would stop me, however. But that's because there's a lot I see which I do love. To go on these places I once dreamed of and finally see them in all their glory, how cool is that? It's all about like the open world. And what's interesting is like these game developers have relied on open world concepts to like really just like rest on their laurels. They think that if they can just like make this giant open world that they can be lazy about everything else. And this is honestly comes from Ubisoft. Ubisoft is like the master of that like fake experience of open world, just covering up for all the sloppy mistakes in gaming. And, it's permeating through the rest of the industry. But he admits it. This is the whole deal right here. He doesn't like everything he sees. The art style leaves him cold. The gameplay's changed and not in a good way. We all know what's coming from this, and that's exactly why they're getting desperate a week ahead of release and giving away the game for free. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. It's a woke apocalypse 2024 continuing. Hit the like and subscribe button, my friends, and make sure to check out some good fantasy. You'll really enjoy this. I have a great series, and of course, it really picks up and pays off as it goes along. You'll love the entire thing. Grab the whole series, my friends. It'll be on Amazon, and thank you for the support of our channel. We'll be back soon.